Good morning. Thank you so much, everyone. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you today and to welcome Jeanine Nicholson and her family as we make history. I am San Francisco's elected assessor, Carmen Chu, and I'd like to take a moment to warmly welcome all of you, my elected colleagues, leaders of city departments, members of the community, commission members, members of the San Francisco Fire Department, and especially our chief that just retired, Chief Joanne Hayes-White. I was humbled and honored when Chief Nicholson asked me to serve as her mistress of ceremonies for this occasion. As some of you may know, my husband is a proud lieutenant of the San Francisco Fire Department, and members of the San Francisco Fire Department have become an important part of my own extended family. Today, I could be not more proud to stand beside Chief Nicholson as we celebrate the swearing in of our 26th chief of the San Francisco Fire Department. To know Jeanine, or Neen as she is affectionately called, is to be impressed. Her rise is a reflection of her hard work, her accomplishments, and her ethics. Her rise is a testament to the love of her family, who embedded in her the principle of always doing the next right thing. And her rise is a reflection of our city's diversity and values. San Francisco and my extended family is in good hands with Chief Nicholson. To begin today's ceremony, please welcome the oldest continuously active Irish pipe band west of the Mississippi, the Irish Pipers Band of San Francisco. And now, thank you. Please stand for the presentation of colors by San Francisco Firefighter Veterans Association Color Guard. Immediately following the presentation of colors, please remain standing for our national anthem, sung by Maiko Marks, a multi-award-winning country music artist. Maiko is married to David Hawk Hawkins, a member of the San Francisco Fire Department, Fireboat number 35.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Miko, for that glorious rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Please welcome Father Green, chaplain for the San Francisco Fire Department, to offer brief remarks, and please be seated.
It's a great honor to be here today, and so many of us are honored to have Jeanine as a friend today and to congratulate her on this special moment when she becomes the chief of the San Francisco Fire Department. As Carmen mentioned, this last night and today we've honored two chiefs. First of all, Joanne Hayes-White. Let's acknowledge her again. And we especially want to congratulate and celebrate our new chief, Jeanine Nicholson. Now, she told me to only preach for 30 minutes. I'm not going to do that. You know, it seems like we're being taken over by New York. We all know that Jeanine hails from upstate New York. And years ago, one of the chiefs of the FDNY, the New York City Fire Department, made this comment. He said, when a firefighter shows his bravery, it's not when they rescue someone or when they go into some dangerous situation. That's part of their job, part of their dedication. But it's on the day that they're sworn in that they show the most courage in being willing to take on the role of a firefighter. And especially today, we know that Jeanine takes on a very challenging career as the head of our fire department. But I believe that this very intelligent, very compassionate woman will show us in so many ways what it means to be a strong and successful leader of our department. So we congratulate her, and we pledge our support, our help, and we renew our own dedication as firefighters in serving our city and in serving our people. Jeanine asked me to read the two prayers that are in the program today, which is certainly appropriate, both the firefighter's prayer and the EMS prayer, because she has a strong background in both. The firefighter's prayer. When I'm called to duty wherever the flames may rage, give me the strength to save a life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace the little child before it's too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert to hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put it out. I want to fill my calling and to give the best in me, to guard my neighbors and protect their property. And if according to your will, I will lose my life, bless with your protecting hand my loving family from strife. And the EMS prayer. As I perform my duty, whatever be the calls, help to guide and keep me safe from dangers big and small. I want to serve and do my best, no matter what the scene. I promise to keep my skills refined, my judgment sharp and keen. This calling to give myself most do not understand, but I stand ready all the time to help my fellow human beings. Blessings on you, Jeanine, on this very, very special day.
Thank you, Father Green. One more hand for Father Green. It is said that sisterhood is powerful, and I can certainly attest to that. Who better to share the stories of our new chief than her sister? Please welcome Jeanine Nicholson Howe to the stage.
Thank you, Assessor Chu. On behalf of our entire family, Jeanine, we want to say how tremendously proud we all are of you, and gratified that Mayor Breed has recognized your experience, your skills, and your personal qualities, and has entrusted you with these awesome new responsibilities. We're happy for the city of San Francisco, and we're really excited to see this new chapter in your life unfold. So I'd like to share with everyone how important Jeanine is in another realm, that of family, echoing some of the words that have been used to introduce her. Tough, resilient, a leader, and then using other words that haven't, such as humility, empathy, a great athlete, and cool. So Jeanine is the youngest of 3 kids, and my brother John and I, as the older siblings, take full credit for her toughness and resilience. We bullied her relentlessly, although we didn't call it bullying back then. It was just being an older sibling. So maybe you can forgive us, Jeanine. Older siblings are also really fantastic at ensuring that the younger siblings are very humble. So with a complete lack of humility, we take credit for your humility too. Fortunately, our parents were present and involved and occasionally rescued Jeanine from our clutches. Most importantly, though, our parents set really good examples of service to others. Our dad, who would have been so thrilled and awed to have been here, to have seen this day, was a volunteer firefighter and generously gave his time to many worthy causes. Our mom, who is thrilled to be here today, still tutors refugees and students from under-resourced schools. Our parents inculcated in Jeanine the value of service to others. They taught her to take her work seriously, take the dignity of other people seriously, but never to take herself too seriously. So Jeanine was raised right, and she also just has this hardwired empathy and drive to be of service to others, which, by the way, has been evident for a very long time. For example, Jeanine's a gifted athlete, and during one youth basketball game, her team was so far ahead, Jeanine grabbed the ball, dribbled it the wrong way down the court, and scored a basket for the other team. At least we think it was deliberate. If so, that's some serious empathy. So this drive to help others has always been evident. Still, when Jeanine told me she was going to be a firefighter, I was a little afraid for her. I know how demanding and dangerous this job is, and I thought maybe she was taking the empathy thing a bit too far. But I was also very proud of her because she was living her values. And she knew herself, and she was right. The fire department has been a great fit for her. She has gotten deep meaning and joy out of her work as a member of the SFFD. So she lives her values in other ways too. All of her pets are rescue animals. She has both cats and dogs, and they seem to get along well under her leadership, which may be due to her relentless focus on teamwork, which is apparently present in all aspects of her life. Finally, Jeanine's nieces and nephews think she is the coolest aunt ever. She seems to know the right thing to say and do when their parents do not. But she doesn't ingratiate, and she's not so cool that she indulges in breaches of the safety rules. I'm still a bit bitter that she did not allow my sons, or let's be honest, me, to hurl myself down the fire pole at one of her stations. However, her cool factor is undeniable and does not need my elaboration. Plus, I was told to make this short, so I will sum up. Jeanine's personal qualities, including her tenacity and determination, which she gets largely, although not exclusively, from our mom, and her tremendous heart and empathy, which she gets largely, although not exclusively, from our dad, along with her leadership skills, her honesty, her humility. These qualities, along with her experience, make us really confident that she's going to be a tremendous asset to this beautiful city, that she'll continue to amaze us, family members, and continue to make us very, very proud. We love you, Jeanine. Now get to work.
You gotta love sisters. I've got two of my own. They always speak the truth. Our next speaker is a native San Franciscan and the first African-American woman mayor in the city's history. She's a champion of first responders from her time as a member of the San Francisco Fire Commission through her tenure on the Board of Supervisors and now as mayor. In addition, her priorities as mayor include tackling the city's homeless crisis, creating more housing for San Franciscans, and keeping the city's streets safe and clean. Please join me in welcoming my friend, the 45th mayor of the City and County of San Francisco, Mayor London Breed.
Thank you. Let me just say that I am so excited to welcome you all to City Hall on this incredible occasion to swear in someone who is basically making history, not just as the second woman to hold the position of being chief of the San Francisco Fire Department, but as the first LGBT to hold this position here in the City and County of San Francisco. want to take this opportunity to thank all the elected officials for being here with us today. And I want to also take this opportunity to recognize our recently retired fire chief who has led this department for the past 15 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Chief Joanne Hayes-White. Chief, I almost didn't recognize you in civilian clothing. And I also want to take this opportunity to recognize former members of the fire department who served as chiefs of the department. Thank you to Chief Bob Demmons for being here. Thank you to Chief Paul Tobacco for being here. And thank you, Ed Phelps, for being here as well. Thank you so much. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge two former mayors who are joining us here today. Thank you so much, Mayor Art Agnes, for being here with us. As well as former Mayor Willie Brown. And unlike those former mayors, I didn't just name my chief during my inaugural speech. I went through a process. Did you hear me, Mayor Brown? But the fact is, we know that we are so lucky to have such an incredible fire department in San Francisco with incredible leaders. This is a resilient city, dating back to the 1906 earthquake, where this department was focused on making sure that it protected and saves lives and property throughout San Francisco. Over the years, the voters have been so supportive with assisting us with the finances needed to make sure that we invest in our fire stations, that we invest in our equipment, that we invest in the men and women of this incredible department, because it's not a matter of if there will be an emergency or another situation or another earthquake. It's a matter of when. And so when making a decision about who best to lead such an incredible department, time and time again, so many members reached out to our office, and oftentimes with appreciation and with praise for Chief Nicholson. This woman has done something that I'm not certain has been replicated by any other member of the department. Not only has she worked in every corner of the department, all over the city and county of San Francisco, at every fire station. She has been a paramedic, she has been a firefighter, she has been a lieutenant, a captain, a battalion chief, and now deputy chief of the department, working in so many capacities from suppression to administration. She knows the fabric of this organization. And so I am so excited and proud that we have a chief that is going to lead this department and make a significant difference for the residents of this city. We are definitely in good hands and couldn't ask for a better person. Yes, she has made history and will continue to be a role model for so many women, for so many brothers and sisters in our LGBT community. And I am so excited about that. And yes, she has courage. She has courage to take on the difficult problems and to lead our city into the 21st century. And yes, she is a real leader that listens and knows how to bring people together. She has brought this department together like never before. And I am so excited to be swearing in the next chief of the San Francisco Fire Department. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jeanine Nicholson. get a good picture.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Mayor.
Please.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it, Mayor.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Jeanine Nicholson,
I, Jeanine Nicholson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and I will well and faithfully discharge
and I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter,
I am about to enter,
and during such time
and during such time
as I hold the office of Fire Chief
Fire Chief
of the City and County of San Francisco.
of the City and County of San Francisco. There's a badge up here somewhere. You got it all right? Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody, please sit down. Good morning, San Francisco. It is an honor and a privilege to be here before you today. Welcome, and a big thank you to all of our local, state, and other dignitaries. I am very appreciative of your presence here today. Mayor London Breed, former Mayor Willie Brown, former Mayor Art Agnos. Hi, Malia. All right. Former Fire Chief Joanne Hayes-White, former Fire Chief Robert Demmons, former Fire Chief Paul Tobacco, former Fire Chief Ed Phipps, welcome, former Deputy Chief Mark Gonzalez. Many thanks to my sister Carmen Chu. I know that's my sister down there, but this is another sister. Thank you, Carmen, you're a rock star. I hope this ceremony doesn't make you go into labor. But if it does, there are plenty of us who know what to do, so we're good. We're good. But thank you for being a strong role model for me and others. Thank you so much. Speaking of strong women, I want to say a special thank you to my new boss, Mayor London N. Breed. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity and for entrusting me with the mission and vision of the San Francisco Fire Department. I vow to continue to work diligently for you, Mayor Breed, for the city family, for my fire department family, and the citizens of San Francisco. There are so many other people to thank, too many, in fact, both in and outside the fire department. But let me be clear, I did not get here alone. First, I want to speak about my family, the biological kind, that is. My parents and my brother and sister. I am the youngest of three. They used to tell me, well, my brother and sister did, that I was found in the garbage and wasn't really their little sister. True story. My brother, who was 4 years older than I, played football with me, and I mean that literally. He used me as a tackling dummy. It taught me how to get back up on my feet after getting beaten, over and over and over. And my sister, who was smarter than the rest of us, she used psychological warfare instead of physical. I may be dating myself, but she thought she was Harriet the Spy and kept files on the entire family. Let's just say they were not very flattering depictions of us. She, of course, became an attorney. To my parents, who taught me responsibility, perseverance, and service. My father, who is no longer with us, he is literally over the moon today. Look up at the moon, you'll see a bald guy up there beaming. He modeled kindness, generosity, and doing the next right thing. And my mom, who at the ripe young age of 85 goes rowing on the water 3 days a week. I remember her telling me last year or the year before she was so angry because the rowing coach told her she could no longer carry the boat down to the water, that others had to do it for her. She was incensed. I can carry the damn boat. What do these people think I am, old? My mom, who is now angry with me for telling you how old she is, volunteers at a local high school tutoring young men on the basketball team and tutors Syrian refugees in English. I am grateful to my family for these and other lessons, and I am happy they are here supporting me today, all my nieces and nephews, cousins, all of you, thank you. To San Francisco, I moved here 30 years ago. I felt welcomed from the start. I could be who and how I was without question. And I have so many tried and true friends that I have trudged this road of happy destiny with here. I am so grateful to this city. Now on to my fire department family. I have had the absolute honor, privilege, and good fortune of serving in the San Francisco Fire Department for over 25 years. I came in as a firefighter, promoted to firefighter paramedic, lieutenant, captain, battalion chief, and deputy chief. To my brother and sister firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics, I say to all of you, I have sat where you sit. I have an understanding of and an appreciation for what you do each and every day. I thank you for doing the work you do and for the sacrifices you make. I am so grateful that we get to do this together. Thank you. And there's no crying in baseball, all right? No crying. The San Francisco Fire Department is unique in many ways. We work in a one-of-a-kind city of densely constructed wood buildings on hillsides. We fight fires in our own way and do a darn good job of it. We have the second most dense city population in the country, second only to New York. That brings its own challenges. We have the most diverse department in the country. We are extremely proud of that. We are using innovative approaches to address our homeless and opioid-addicted populations. But there are some ways that our fire department is not unique. One is in the high cancer rates of our members. Firefighters nationwide get cancer in higher rates than the general population, and many of us get it at younger ages. We understand that we signed up for a dangerous job. We love our jobs. It's just that now we are more likely to die from cancer than anything else. I have often said that there is a cancer sniper out there. It's not if, it's not when, it's which one of our brothers or sisters will get it next. In July of 2012, I was diagnosed with an aggressive type of breast cancer, so the treatment itself was extremely aggressive. Within 2 weeks of diagnosis, I had had a double mastectomy and a port implanted in my chest. 1 month later, I had the first of 16 rounds of chemotherapy. I lost my hair, my appetite, 25 pounds. I had sores in my mouth, rashes on my body. You name it, I had it. I felt awful most of the time. Yet I am one of the lucky ones because I am standing here today. Some of our members are not. People such as Denise Alarms, David Amituanai, John Murphy, Rich Faust. These are just a few of the names. But because we are who we are facing this challenge head-on with awareness and with changes to policies and equipment. Another way that the San Francisco Fire Department is not unique is in the rates of post-traumatic stress injury and post-traumatic stress disorder in our members. We often help people on the worst day of their lives. We see tragedy and trauma time and time again. We maintain our professionalism in the presence of these challenges, and we have begun to understand the impact that it can have on our members. But because we are who we are also meeting this challenge head-on and have brought in more resources for our peer support unit. We want to ensure our members and the department's resiliency and readiness. In February of 2009, I responded with a great crew to a fire. It was after midnight. It turned out to be an arson fire. Someone had poured an accelerant, that's firefighter talk for a flammable liquid, in the ceilings and floorboards of a home. 6 firefighters were injured at that fire, including myself. I suffered first and second degree burns over 15% of my body. There were others who were injured much more severely than I was. One was Chris Posey. He was on my crew that night. I felt responsible for him and for his injuries, even though an arsonist was responsible. My injuries from that fire were not just physical, but my fire family had my back. Retired members, people in the department showed up for me in ways I could not have imagined, and I came back to work stronger. We support one another in so many ways. My fire brother, Chris Posey, fought his way back over the course of a year. I am so glad he is still with us. Chris Posey is the kind of person that works for the San Francisco Fire Department. He's right up there today. Catherine Alba is a member of Station 18, one of our surf rescue stations. They run countless calls at Ocean Beach. She and other members spent hours out at Fort Funston last month, rescuing one woman and a dog and searching, digging for another woman after a devastating cliff collapse. Heartbreaking work. Catherine puts her heart, her soul, and her body into her work every day. Catherine Alba is the kind of person that works for the San Francisco Fire Department. Sukai Contreras is a paramedic who saved her ambulance partner who was having a heart attack while on duty. She took action and calmly saved his life. Her partner is back to work today. Sukai Contreras is the kind of person that works for the San Francisco Fire Department. John Choi, a humble man who works at one of the busiest stations in the country and who was diagnosed with cancer a year ago and fought his way back. John Choi is the kind of person that works for the San Francisco Fire Department. And last but not least, Daryl Hunter. While on a peaked roof with fire raging in the house below, Daryl blew out both of his knees at the same time. What are the odds? He fell onto the roof and held on for dear life in excruciating pain. It took a team of people to put out the fire and extricate Daryl safely from that roof. It was a monumental effort by Daryl to fight his way back to work. Now, mind you, if you've ever seen Daryl Hunter, you'll know it was also a monumental effort by a crew of people to put that fire out and get him off the roof. Daryl Hunter and the members that work to save him are the kind of people that work for the San Francisco Fire Department. These are just a few of the dedicated, resilient, innovative, smart, strong, and capable people that I get to work with, learn from, and grow with. I am so very fortunate. Moving forward, I have a strong command staff around me. I want to thank Deputy Chief of Operations Victor Wersch and Deputy Chief of Administration Jose Velo for jumping on board with me. Thank you, guys. And thank you to my ever-steady and hardworking command staff. Thank you, men and women, so much for all of your efforts. We are collaborative, we are goal-oriented, and we are diligent. We will continue to work to provide the best service we possibly can. We will continue to meet the mission of the San Francisco Fire Department and work on the priorities of this mayoral administration. I vow to work to ensure that we as a department continue to instill a love of responsibility and service in our members as we also strive to take care of them. We are addressing cancer and post-traumatic stress injury. We will continue to address homelessness in collaboration with the mayor's office. We will continue our efforts with other city departments to ensure we have a robust plan for disaster operations. One foot in front of the other. We will get it done because that is what we do. Mayor Breed, with this great honor comes great responsibility. I understand that in my bones. Now let's get back to work.
How about that? One more hand for our 26th Chief of the San Francisco Fire Department. At this moment, I also want to recognize the members of our San Francisco Fire Commission. Can I please ask you to stand while we give you a round of applause? Now, you'd think that we're done, but we're not. Chief Nicholson, we have a very special song appropriately named Girl on Fire, performed by Daryl Stone, a firefighter with the department, accompanied by Dee Spencer. Please welcome Daryl and Dee.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. She's on top of the world and gonna go the distance. But she's living in a world that's on fire. Feeling the catastrophes, but she knows she can find a way. Oh, she's got both feet on the ground and she's loving it now. Oh, got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Looks like a girl, but she's a flame. So bright she could burn your eyes. You better look the other way. And you can try, but you'll never forget her name. 'Cause she's on top of the world. Our San Francisco world say, oh, we got our feet on the ground and we're loving it now. Oh, we got our heads in the clouds and we're not coming down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. And everybody stands as she goes by, 'cause they can see the flame that's in her eyes. Watch her as she brightens up your life. And everybody knows she's not the only girl in our San Francisco world. And she won't let it burn, baby, burn, baby. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Whoa, 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 She's living the dream and she's on fire. Thank you. Congratulations, Dean.
As we close today's ceremony, please join me in one more big round to congratulate our 26th Chief, Jeanine Nicholson. Thank you so much for attending. Please join Chief Nicholson across Van Ness at the green room of the Veterans Building for a reception. And now I'd like to ask all uniformed officers, please make your way to the stage for a photograph. Thank you so much.
you.